Hello, social media. Welcome to Lakitatsharpe's famous inspirational minute. I am so happy that you have decided to join me on this Tuesday night. It is 10:39 p.m. and happy Tuesday to you. And we are the Night Owls. We are here. Hello, you guys. I'm happy to be talking to you guys today. Check out my books over at Amazon.com. You can go to Amazon.com. There are over 90 books for you to choose from. So check out some of my books over at Amazon.com. Head over to my website for more inspiration. New articles have been added to the website. Go over there. Check it out. Check it out. And also check out my... if you want me to coach you during this hour and to reach out to me during this hour, feel free to connect with me. And also, if you want to support the ministry, support this channel, and send me a donation, check out the description box. It'll tell you where to send your donation. So I thank you so much for tuning in on today, where we're going to talk about separation. Separation is not always a bad thing. Separation, and especially separation from a spouse, is not always a bad thing when God has called for a separation. Now, let me talk about separation. I know all about separation. So, separation is the act or process of separating. The state of being separated. It's also a point, a line, or means of division. Cessation of cohabitation between a married couple or by mutual agreement, or judicial decree. Now, let's talk about separation. Now, if you are married and you are in a middle of a separating, or you are, check out my book actually called How to Cope When Separating from Your Spouse. That book is over at Amazon.com. So check that out. How to Cope When Separating from Your Spouse. So check out that book. Now, I have separated from my spouse and been separated from my spouse, right? Now, let me talk about separation. Sometimes separation is a good thing, because when you are married, marriage is a lot, and you have to work together all the time for two people to agree and come together all the time. Sometimes there would be, conflicts between the two. When you have been together for a long time, I've been with my husband since I was a kid. I'm in my 40s and I was like really young. When you have been with a person for a long time, sometimes you can grow and you can evolve into someone different. You can outgrow the person, or at that particular time in your life, and you can grow in different ways, and you're growing separately at this period in your life. You are at this stage, you are growing apart. So instead of, with separation come in, instead of staying together during that time, and if you are, it's causing the relationship to be toxic, the relationship for you to be arguing all the time and fussing, and you just not getting along, and it's just you constantly banging heads. You don't want to be there. You don't want to be in a marriage, and you just stand there just the sake of it, just to look good or just to be there, But separation during separation, it gives you a time to be able to think about the marriage, to be able to allow the other person to see what they want to do. Do they, and if they need to grow to become who God wants them to be in life. You know, at that time, they are not serving you. At that time, you guys are already separate. You know, instead of being in the house and you're living your separated lives, you know, which can happen in marriage, and he's doing one thing, you're doing another thing. You know what I mean? So the separation of you separating, it helps be able to repair the relationship. It helps to be able to heal. You know, you may not want to do it. You know, you might not want to do it, but if the relationship is calling for it, instead of just divorcing each other, you know, and divorcing and giving up on the marriage or the relationship completely, separation, you know, can help. I can tell you during my separation, I didn't know, because I was codependent. In some ways, I was codependent on my husband for a lot of things. But when I separated, you know, the Lord blessed me to be able to take care of myself. I am in my own place, and I am, you know, is this very, very great and very, very empowering, you know, to be able to be doing things on my own and to take care of my own affairs and do the things I need to do and run my business and be successful and grow to be a successful person, you know, and allow God to do what he does, whatever that is, you know, for the relationship. So I'm here to say that separating is not always a bad thing. You know, when you say, wow, you guys are separating, and you're like, oh my God, you're separating. But there are benefits to separating, because it gives you time away from a situation that's unhealthy. Being in an unhealthy situation, I don't know about you, but I have learned I'd rather be separated and have a beautiful relationship with my husband than to be in a household and we are battling with each other, and to have an angry husband or angry spouse, whatever that may be. I'd rather have tranquility and peace being separated while God restores the relationship, if that's what God wants to do, than to be in the house and we're arguing, we're fussing, and we're just going back and forth with each other. And it's just unhealthy for both of us. That's not healthy, and I don't want to live like that. And so I'm here to say that separation, you know, if the relationship is calling for it, it's something to think about instead of just ending the marriage, instead of just divorcing cold turkey. You know what I mean? Think about it. Do we need a separation? Is it something we need to do for our marriage to save our marriage? That's what the point of this conversation, to save your marriage, because of all the investments that you guys have put into each other. Maybe you need to think about it. Maybe you need to think about it. You know, do I really need to divorce? Do I really need to divorce? Is that what I really want to do? Or do I just need some time? I need some time to figure things out. I need some time to figure me out. I don't even know me yet. I'm trying to figure another person out, but I don't even know me yet. Maybe I need some time for myself to figure me out, so I don't be causing problems to my wife or to my husband, you know, so I can have some time to think, you know. So I want you to think about that separating is not always a bad thing. In fact, separation is sometimes a healthy thing, you know. when I'm around my animal all the time, I'm like, oh my God, get away from me. I love my animal to death, but I'm like, oh my God, get away from me. You're just all around me all the time. I just need a break. I need a moment to think. I need a moment to regroup. How many times have you been like that with your kids? You know, I meet people all the time and they say, I just need space for my kid. I just need space. I'm out at the club. I'm out getting me some air. I just need some space. I love them to death, but I need some space. You know, separation is not always a bad thing, because when you step away, you can be able to regroup. You can be able to regroup and get some time to yourself, and you can rejuvenate. You know, you can think and get your mind restored, because if you're not healthy, if your husband is not healthy mentally, he can't be there for you. If your wife is not healthy mentally, she can't be there for you. So if anything, you guys need to support each other on this journey. Support each other. Give them what they're asking for. Give them what you need. It's not always a bad thing. It's not always a bad thing. I can tell you one thing that I found out so much about me being separated, and found out so much about myself that I thought I couldn't do. Because I suffer, you know, I have mental disabilities that sometimes I suffer with, you know, have challenges, should I say. And it made me realize how much of strong and how much I can do things. I can take care of things on my own. I can do a lot of things that had I not separated, I would be having limits on myself. I would be putting limits on myself, and God showed me without him, you can do wonderful things. You can do it. You can do it. If anything had ever happened to him, or if he died, you know, some of you, you know, wouldn't know what to do if your spouse died. If they died, you wouldn't know what to do, you know. But I'm telling you, it's been a blessing. Do you miss each other? Of course, if you're the one that really loves them, you know, if you really love your spouse, you do miss them. But that's a good thing, because it gives you, I gotta go. That's my time. Sorry, I don't want to get kicked off the Instagram. Gotta go, you guys. Remember, we are the chosen ones. We do right. We live right. We are right. We make a lot of mistakes, but we continue to move forward. Love you. Bye-bye.